is Election Day here in Central Ohioans, and Ohioans will be deciding whether to make it more difficult to amend the state constitution. Issue 1 is the only item on today's ballot. It would raise the threshold required to pass a constitutional amendment to 60% rather than the current simple majority of 50% plus 1. It would also require an amendment to get the minimum amount of signatures required from all 88 counties instead of just 44. Finally, Issue 1 would eliminate the 10-day period to collect more signatures if a proposed amendment does not get enough the first time. The polls have been open for several hours already for today's August special election, and Matthew Herchick is joining us live from the Whetstone Community Center. So, Matthew, what have you been seeing? How's the turnout?
Yeah, good morning, Monica. I can tell you just in the last half hour or so, we've started to see a small line form here at the Whetstone Community Center. One voter I talked to said they were in and out in about 15 minutes. Another one said it was about 54 minutes. So just kind of varying depending on which location you go to. But one thing that we have seen at multiple locations is a steady flow of voters coming and going throughout the morning. Now, we know that Issue 1 has sparked controversy and created strong stances from people on both sides of the issue. And while the two sides haven't agreed on much during the campaigns, both sides say that Issue 1 is a fight against democracy, the state's constitution at stake. Last year, about 140,000 voters turned out early for that special August election, compared to this year in this issue, where we've already seen nearly 700,000 Ohioans cast their ballot early, either in person or absentee. But many more are still expected to come out today, make their voices heard. And while those in favor of Issue 1 urge that it's meant to protect the state's constitution from outside interests, voters we were able to talk to today have a different view.
I just don't think that this should be on the ballot in the first place. I think it's a little bit sneaky. I'm not very happy with how they are portraying it, trying to kind of wash it over something specific when really it's just taking rights away from, Ohioans.
I think people are pretty engaged. I think this is an important issue. I think it's something that we need to follow through with, and more than just the behind the scenes issues. I think the important part is what we believe is a majority.
Now, Monica, you can already see behind me that line has already moved inside, so they are trying to get through voters here quickly at the Whetstone Community Center. The polls will stay open until 7:30. Of course, if you did request an absentee ballot and haven't mailed that back, that is due back at your local county board of elections by that 7:30 deadline as well. Local for you here in Clintonville, Matthew Herchick, NBC4.
Matthew, thank you. Now, if Issue 1 passes today, it will affect the November election when Ohioans will decide whether or not to enshrine the right of abortion in Ohio's Constitution. Until today's decision on Issue 1, we won't know if that measure will require a simple majority or a 60% supermajority. According to a Suffolk University USA Today poll, 58% of Ohioans support the abortion amendment, which would make the procedure legal until the point of fetal viability. That, of course, is just below the 60% number that would be required if Issue 1 passes. A reminder for you, before you head out to the polls, some Franklin County voters will have a different polling location today. There were 27 locations that couldn't be used because they were booked for previous engagements. Now, the County Board of Elections sent out letters to the 66,000 Franklin County voters who were impacted by those changes. But you can also check your location through the My Registration tab on the board's website. And NBC4 is your local election headquarters. We will be sending you those results as soon as we get them when the polls close. To learn more about Issue 1, find your polling location and other voting information, head on over to NBC4i.com/election.